a few Indian artifacts today that I have not shown you before. These actually were found at the wooded dump site that Gil and I have been working since early October. It is only literally a stone's throw from a field where we quite frequently find the Native American artifacts. So it's not a total surprise to find these there. Actually, it is what one would expect. Now, I'm going to say this right off. Someone, almost every time I do a video on Indian artifacts, if they're not arrowheads or something really distinguishable like that, somebody invariably says, well, those are just stones. Those aren't artifacts. Well, I make mistakes, I do indeed, but if I find a stone that for all intents and purposes could have been used as an artifact, the greater sin would be to leave it instead of putting it into a collection where it could be appreciated. So these ones that I found over at the old dump, there's two that are rather obscure, but I think you'll see why I consider them an artifact when I show you. But the first thing I want to show you, this is a shallow little, you can't really call it a nutting stone. I would call it a mortar. It would have been perhaps used with a pestle of some sort for grinding materials. One small one like this, I was often told by my friend Jerry Wagner, who is now passed, that these were used for personal things like grinding up minerals or different types of fats to use as paint on the face and body, as well as herbs perhaps for medicine. So this is a really nice little piece. Gil, my buddy Gil, found this one, and so that's cool. I can't ascertain a particular age to it because of the fact that it could have been from any period. It's not distinctive to one particular Indian cultural horizon. Next, now this one, this is really a cool piece. On this side, it has been struck with another stone to bring this down to a sharp cutting edge. This side has been not modified at all, but it was used for chopping. It would have been very effective for chopping. This kind of pattern does not usually occur out in nature, the pattern of taking these pieces off to bring it down to a sharpened edge. It's not an axe, but it is a handheld chopper, and you know, one like this could be made in less than a minute probably to a person who knew how to strike stone to take pieces off from it. There will be people, and I know, and I admit, some of these pieces, to someone who doesn't know a lot about artifacts, and I don't know nearly enough, but I've been doing this for like 40 years, it might look like just a regular old stone, but it's not. That was a chopper. This little gal, her guy, is a small pestle for grinding, and it's not been, I don't believe it's been modified into this particular shape. I think it was found, part was broken off from it, and you can tell on the bottom of it that it has been used excessively for grinding some sort of materials. Now it would be something like this, except smaller, that would be used with an item like that I showed you just a moment ago. Now this, again, it's a stone that if you're not looking for the signs that it was used, you would walk past it. This has been ground all the way around. All the way around the edge it has been used. Now, that could have been used for grinding this way. These kind of stones are usually found in tandem with another nutting stone with a slight depression in it. And this was used for grinding, and on that one I would be like 99.99% sure that it is an actual artifact. But it underwent no modification by anybody. It was just used in its natural shape for grinding. Now this last one is one that a lot of, you know, I've talked to you before about effigy figures, and the Native Americans in this area were quite, what is the word? Well, their artwork was quite obscure. Not obscure is not the word I want, but they did things in a different way than showing an actual representation of what a creature or maybe a spiritual entity would look like. This stone, again, if you just were walking across the field and saw this, you might walk past it, but I don't, because you can see here where clearly it's been this part's been knocked or ground off there and here, forming two eye sockets, and up here a forehead coming down to a snout. This, I believe, is an effigy, and on this piece I would say I'm about 90% certain that that's what it is. You can hopefully see that for yourself there. So it's an interesting piece. Every effigy I found over there has been very abstract. This is where I was trying to find. Very abstract. It doesn't look like, it's almost like they had an aversion in this area to making something that looked exactly like what it was supposed to represent. I don't know why they would do that. It might be a spiritual thing, religious thing, but it seems like that's what they did. All right, I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at these few artifacts from the Woodland Dump site that Gil and I go to, and probably won't be going there. I know I've said this before, but probably won't be going there again until in the spring. It's getting much colder here. Gil went out there today. I was too chicken. It was 34 degrees and windy, and I thought, nah, this old man ain't going in the woods today. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I always enjoy getting together with you. I love you all much. And even if you disagree with me and say, Dennis, your head's full of rocks, these are just rocks, I still love you. and glad that you come and feel like you can share your honest and true opinion. All right, with that said, I will see you again real soon, God willing. Love you all very much.